because it can be anywhere the baby. Yeah. Good evening.
Since a very jail, yeah. Now, if I know, upper say I know quite no. She can't be Mama no go away. One go bubble here now and tia tax. I bet yes can. You know, sometimes this is what I call unrealistic expectation. You want the best things of the world, but you don't want to pay your taxes to contribute to that best thing of the world. How does that happen? So it won't happen in a vacuum. Anna, sister Fia. In Timmy Fee say, yeah, they see a deal on the quarry. Yeah, very realistic about the situation. Near problems, you know. Because you cannot tell me, say, you want the man to complete all these projects. And where do you expect the work for can they about? Or about conjoy Sikano? Definitely, what about Bobushia? Because we tax Islam with you, in the name saying, go ye. And our because of tax reforms, and you have been passionate about. And so we are tax reforms, it will not take 3 years, 2 years to get the benefit of all those reforms. Once open, I didn't even say on your way. Into me, feel it's time for the politicians to, have a common agenda and I say a common developmental plan, and then bucket some projections about where they intend to get money. And then let it be across the board. No be answering on once to say, hey, this is on mine, this is where we all stand. We all start from the same page. Now, yes, I'm the idea who's on the plan, thinking, say, some politician is a magician. He will come and then within some few years, things will turn around now. Would you see it? We will come back again 4 years, 8 years, 16 years from now. And now, with professors now, the interview about symptom now, I wanted to ask them a question. Let me just say, my question is, Prof, and so we can in Ghana, we've experimented every kind of leader we feel one we can have. So why are Ghanaians still not satisfied? Do you think that under Mahama something will change? Maybe
they've already spoken about systems now. You want to you can say confusion because you're from America kind of empty. Maybe that's where the issue
exactly. Structural issues not can. I know people take it for light. Or maybe say some light in the and I said I don't know if you are and then for both because immediately then first come and show people to mobile economic situation. But there's no way you can run any country when the governance system is not in the order. Because governance is as important as the promise to deliver the things that the politicians say they want to deliver. Now, say governance, sister here, you will get the results. They will simply see. They will repeat themselves one government over one government consistently, and that's what we've seen. And intermediate, if Mahama can use his constitutional numbers to help us reform the governance structure of the country and put it in the place as sister here, going forward, our governance can support the kind of vision and development now. I think that will be for me one of the biggest legacy he can leave because your constitution will the problem so many there. A dorsal. And given the experienced politician, I hope they'll be to me this the experience that when after also before years somebody he should leave that enduring governance structure for us. Irrespective of which government comes after him, there will be a system that will endure beyond him. But it is as important as the future going forward. This is the President
Kufuor is more experienced than President Mahama. He had 8 years. He couldn't do this. All the whole pressure from Mahama. But that's just by the way. Next week, Wednesday rather, we will look at our opposition now. Baby, I'm not starting Mahama. I don't even understand you. Yes, when he why you rushing? No rushing. No money pressure. Next week.
May I realize?
More money, 8 years. More money pressure. Good evening.
Good evening, Steve. First of all, no, Prof. Charles Prempeh, Prof. Opoku. I think they've had, Prof. Entry. They've really educated us on, philosophies governing governance. And it's very healthy to us. Yeah, pay academics, more so, Prof. Charles Prempeh, I agree on. So, because knowledge is like orgasm. That's what he said. And I subscribe to that because the elections new year, as a researcher, I say, Ghanaians in that way. You understand? Internet mame Musa Dankwa na exit polls no or they out and I try to find out why Ghanaians voted in a certain pattern. And I don't know if you find time to go to the exit poll, a global info analytics for normal. I don't know if you're when a time
me reading it now.
But I have the time. Not Wednesday.
Because me want me other research initial ones which I've read.
Yeah, but try so be interview maybe a Wednesday. It's very good. And then
it's difficult because of distance, so it's difficult to get him. That's why.
Yeah, because
people have said it, but Ghana people are very used to technology. Sometimes they go even internet, everybody.
Very educative and very brilliant. Because me first of all, no, I try to ask myself, say, South Free SHS one call me over 2 million. Why didn't they vote for Baumia coming from say no more trumpety free SHS? And it was interesting to know from the research.
But if you look at Musa Dankwa initial report now, the key issue was about economy. So the fact why free SHS does not truncate the influential element of economy.
Yeah, but when most of the NPP people now know mobile, now they were standing on the shoulders of free SHS saying Kwalana beto
but Kwalana have rejected that. They voted based on
me. I'm a pair academics and research, I try to find out. And interesting to know, no, Kwalana because of a common name, they didn't vote based.
But check your microphone, no.
But they didn't vote based on free SHS, but they voted based on the harsh conditions for Mukumu. You understand? But more lower income, under lower income, no. They voted for free SHS because only country fees in it. You understand? No,
because Dr. Fediano, so are in the bracket of breadwinners. No, they all voted NDC.
No. Exit poll, no.
Okay, that's Musa Dankwa, no.
Exactly, Musa Dankwa, middle income earners, no. They voted for NDC because they know they can afford their awards fees. You understand? But more below middle income earners, no. And you more brands and more they voted for NPP. Baumia said free SHS is good. And it was quite interesting how the dynamics played out in the elections. Whilst they cut something about Ashanti region, they didn't turn up to vote because of developmental issues. They didn't vote because of development. Obom region, there was nothing. And our born Nana from Point born like all Kanyama really played out in Ashanti region, which going for Minister Mahama will pick this research. No dear who they were voting patterns here, economy, infrastructure, no so no dear then. IABB and yes, Ghana funny try say voter region or motomami, Ashanti region montomami, or muye we mamiko no one share the core needs of the voters. Now you make a mistake to say the NPP for making mistake. Me say NPP for Komunya research 2 years ago. They could have amended how they were doing.
No, they had a research. Master power code to my
whichever way, because Oshe Musa Dankwa research, see amount for Miki or my junior last year. As in last year, people have decided.
No, bruh, the 2020 election results was enough to show you Senkoye. 2020, it was enough. 137, 137. But when I make a politician to Muntie,
they never learn. It's make governance there. Uyo be a bebu amaya and for research in Yago. Maybe that's what I want to. Yeah, research. They be a idea global info and analytics. Or research no go to every 90 days where they were conducting a research, which is very good. And what was going on in the country? Research serious, they would have done something. And no one for the Mahama say, oh bano. And my name found a research team and an office or the research on my name Niagara. First of all, he should tackle the economy, and afterwards, area beer with development or more pay. On share no more by money the party now dryom so yama we near quiet. Yes, a profile the DSC, people are predicting doom for him, dear. But me, I believe that this is the second coming. He got nothing to lose.
Yeah,
he can do something to appease the public and also no agility no. That's it.
That's all. That's what my man say. Also, agility no. Papa Jerry, good evening. Papa Jerry, yeah, good evening.
Good evening, Steph. You have to say.
Adam.
Yeah, with the Mefaka Cranka is sister the Obekai. I'm so beside prof about way say onka two major things. Mahama by if it's my holding accountable, say continue can that or no find a different dynamic that they buy. To me, I think say enema mienu Mahama ni kanye. Reform of the constitution. Omenian, because right now he has the power to do it. This is the time. So that time we man free wa M1. And a second, father for all president like before. Or act like a leader. Sa humobro president is M1 Ghana. And because of how project no dia to our things orano operation recover all loot no, they should implement it because it's a scanning system. That's the only way on betting my
Hello, Papa Jerry.
Yeah.
Papa Jerry, Papa Jerry, Casa, where you need to call Casa.
Okay. This time no, sir. Ora project no more at their ban. They should implement it. Omo enforce na because they say Ghana ni sika. And a sika no majority na parliamentarians ne eto. It is our operation recovery all loot no idea no their ban. I support it. I subscribe to it. And no kwa keke imagine say yakwako yetimianya this $58 million for National Cathedral. Cecilia da Pasica Omoje for $43 million for Odo River is gone. And who be brave, Ameridale, PDS. Sasika wage na Mama Jia in the first 100 days, no bet me that you never be brave. It they should force.
So in the first 100 days because most of the cases very require courts.
Matthias,
Matthias,
but they should push it. More mountain. Sir. Operation those days na Mama by so father for all nation builder sa trimude that bad president di no etwem on mayor president a man be consider because you are your first one and as for boss kwase na nsesanadwen it the fact say you lose the election by almost 1 million votes. Now you coming back you won close to 2 million. And that's what for being a Ghana for any woman. This time, don't come and play. Me, NPP before, but yet we say Ghana first. Baby, I do say no. Fa and Pibon time, now whatever the case may be, no. Ontimi enforce not NPP for yenya propaganda. I started the pressure. Person is seen so now. I am buy a better so bit matite, obet document about 1 CD. About bet me the dollar about 4 cities. Come on. Mokroya na namu wa bama ya mostly 17 is $4 is bigger than 17. It then I will buy for some stuff you don't family for. That means an amount kind of crap. And if I tell you one thing, and I heard Miracle Abuaji, and I was surprised. For the first time hearing from NPP communications guy say Akufo-Addo should have listened to Ghanaians concerning the cathedral. Because that Ghana form principle. Still, he went ahead and do it. Nana Kumia have said it. Say they lost the election somewhere 2020. Or they knew said they've lost the election. Oh, they know the truth. It's in Yenya sir. Yawumia tumu party wemuna mi free to the clinic. As I said, me didn't throw in a medeba. Say young you see, baby. As they say, they are trying to portray Baumia say, Omre Biem be pushing out to Ghana for us. That would be another disaster.
Okay. You heard the new Mahama governance now.
Yeah. Okay. So I mean what platform be brave so. And most of
and what the propaganda now for I think so. Intellectual one in the forget the platform for no more propaganda and one person into I say. But I think your point is good. Miracle me and I'm come down and fire disappointed. Who need good cathedral? I don't know, cathedral. Some they were attacking me. You go about hanging out. Me and me captain smart time cement. And the command when I may support it. I said no. Yeah, here. Thank you. This not you're prioritizing here, man. What you say? Even the sighting of a cathedral, we complain. I didn't go a class center. Yeah, Kotokone has a ball match with stadium. Baby. We said all these things, nobody listened to us. We tried this session here, we said it, but make cathedral committee, no. My meeting a couple of times initially when they started. I thought one I went to say, yeah, Bombay program, so because I was there. This is God ordained one, and I thought when you're complaining, and I'm like, what kind of hypocrisy is this? The first 2 meetings that the cathedral committee will have opportunity to attend, and I complain. I say, no, this is wrong. Well, your man for the views of the people. As so far as I say now, when me person me call you omo aba, omo so far as I Bishop Mabako Duncan Williams, omo nyina omo me catch him say mo ya make me boa.
I mean, why would you lie?
Why was there at the committee?
Right. Well, even a thought, my point is, take it outskirts. Accra is already choked. What baby passport?
I said, I hope it's me. I'm
my pokua suhum impacted for baby to develop there. My best send you my pato. My penny no Ethiopia in fact, they had drink, but at least Ghanaians have proved to them, say, due to December 7th now, the power belongs to the people. I'm so happy what happens. And one thing about NPP for Nafia, the only time they listen is when they are in opposition.
And that
was my that's the only time I careless.
That's right.
No, as long as I'm a mistakes, deal with it. If I'm in a casa, but yeah, meeting be 1 or 2 be now
after elections, no.
Right after election, he is not rushing into anything. But on
it is now time for fire second for 2028.
Let's say we'll be pushing a candidate, a politics. But what can be NPP so much? The heart belongs to the NPP. He's feeling it more than Baumia. He really wants to be in power. He really wants to be in power because who got no position? You might think that 4 years is easy. Easy.
Or nothing, no investment.
Thank you. And a small joke as we are saying, say, I'm on forward propaganda on a can, me lose and a statement. I don't want to hear it.
The propaganda.
Propaganda. He's not into that. Can't support Baumia.
What's the campaign? Or I said that you don't want, Makopa. Some of a bantama. So no, your campaign, and say, on one can say, only one says it's about Batra. Only the sabotage.
Well, I fear more Ghana for no, they like to pick being picky. In some kind, that's the same thing during Bantama year Mukofa. As in some amico contest and attack him. But he said a whole lot before Oscar could contest him and could contain all can or can't see a so. But they picked that part to campaign against young people for the year. Right now, no, all Casanubetia, or do not say, but Baumia himself, I don't have problem with him. As a matter of fact, I laugh with Baumia, I mean, no beer near said. Name no to be those days all cocky can mess while the case in it to the society. It hurt. Would your war so put me our colleague and free the same party? What do you think will happen?
Yeah,
the man was on a cast and semi, but that doesn't mean say he was going to sabotage the party. Okay. Attended there, the supporters no ebra or disappointing on my Coco Baumia platform. He took everything by himself. Because Ghana first, I'm CPS who can say, Or yes, on ya dear man, yes, selfish. Nemom, he's supporting Baumia. Say, well, we need to know as a sort of campaign against Baumia. He's not going to do that today and tomorrow. He said it.
Papa, again, when they made Mashada Dwaba, so no about which Penononi and Casa. Because me sending a message, I'm being so who said they own the old number.
Why do there's someone losing to be any super Manatide.
Mate, but I'm coming there. I come home message and for reply. But
I'll reply in a due time.
I understand. Only in Casa because I saw those videos and I was concerned. Say, Shedan was sabotaging or more auntie.
Oh no. He's feeling it. On one more. Oh yeah, you find say NPP one. He's mourning. You know, almost 2 million votes losing.
Well, again, by a good lesson, people won't go because
that's the whole key. NPP won't.
They said Canada Japan area hopper and then it's 12 on my Japan road. Bro, on one Canada Japan nipa Oporiata.
Oh, committee 12 for no.
Committee 12. We have baby also bro. Why here or no can you know? I'm a quarter. Why any fear? Why here road? Double over. Yeah, me want to say papa me someone come don't want any say so. Why you asphalt over asphalt? Opposite come to 10.
That tells you the way they are mindset.
Poor, you entire one also one yet.
That tells you their mindset.
The boy food back.
So, I now over 80 parliamentarians.
They lost them central. Oh, Tamana yet one.
Right.
Maybe no baby I want to call Luzui. Tama central is Tama or Luzuni in our so yeah, bro. Why you sister? Why you feel? I hear the chrome and show when you laugh. Not yet, you're really cost for
when then you expected to win election in that constituency. How can you win such that area? How can you win?
Yeah, so no pepper.
So there's a lot of homework. They have to sit down and do it. There be a number of cases and people thought say, I don't like Baumia. Oma ha papa no. Oma ha Baumia papa.
Mami na wase. Wednesday, I bet was waka. Black good evening.
Good evening. If you are in Medasipa and then our family.
I'm the fan, like I said. Over there, because of only Kenya, you need to know more information.
Okay. Before I go straight to the point, in the medical professors, and I really enjoyed the orgasm part.
Let me tell you one thing. Knowledgeable. I can't engage you. I have to get a mental orgasm.
Yeah.
I was mentally, no connected. Who need him there? You don't attract me. Won't tickle me.
Not just how yes, I don't know.
I'm telling you what being. There's always, there's some attraction that will pull me to you. You won't be there. I must forget. I like the point that Prof made. This is intellectual orgasm. You need to get it as about body.
But if there's something profound that omuji free moi and can feel some of the kanwanka ebeme the power. It's about how we found our political parties. Nipa be bria dream course. You see, copy and paste na ye fear brofo no na ye democracy no. Adeba kwa brofo ne ya no. How they fund their political parties. You see, you have these millionaires ne nyoma omu donate to the political parties. Omu via omu the tisi kano munya no. To the latter, Emma who say, oh, this is what Trump had, this is what Obani say, any of the funded political parties, ye be bia. Obi beside who say NPP for Yansika when here no mutichiska in these elections. Obi beside Honda. And you see, these are things that are running your mind down. Bimuka say, President Mahama and Betty Chairman for that's fine. That is what we are all expecting. But you see, we beside who say, who are the people who funded President Mahama's campaign? Yembisa who and refuse says some of one no more disika shame no no like if this will be disika be shame no expect it be no it won't happen. It won't happen until you have people like Woyome who are financiers of NDC among who are more collation centers. Me ko Twitter ya me who say me complain now Woyome the ban say necessary on train who NDC who because he's blemished. Say me say I am yes, Munim baby omunye sika na omode finance your campaign. Yes, you see how we fund our political parties, you know, a problem. But you see, I cannot blame us because the economy didn't grow to that extent now. I'm not for bit to donate huge sums to political parties. You know. Until you have these businessmen and then in bad ways, no more fund the political parties, you know, until they have say. I had to say polish jinx, you know, from behind. Into all these contracts, your money now, no it's the ordinary man now would in the streets in the sun. They are no casa can you don't know what's going to go on. But let me come back to Adeba Koswa NDC 4 year. I'm up for clamoring for us. NDC 40 me yeah. Me who said it will be the last break in the camel's back and all around. You see, there's no expiry on criminality. I'm up 4% all around the coso. But yeah, I'm for you if he say NDC for so sabi omo abemu no omo crown no bi anase corruption tina akufado T OSP no special prosecutor officer no iti amafo amana yete say as NPP for nko na be wieska the whole political class or political class no omo nyina yakonfo mimi use any other word omo nyina yakonfo so you see say Mahama eye na adwin say sabi o de be yedwuma no to me it is going to like a bit trickle down. It will affect even civil servants. If you are the way the politics a movie worker a motor for ache omo bo man kabako crash to civil servants. Chrono bo
Manina evidence asem court asem na
what I say by any na ba o ria na the court chrono mo bo. It is a Mahama to me, yeah. Do you know what's going to happen? Some Mahama start to meet the MPP for Nugumua. Okay, the best say, you see all those MPs double salaries in this annual man. So one day, MPP for to me by Baymoa. They are going to revisit. One thing is almost started to cheer more. A bit boy, ordinary citizens.
But not we haven't seen and we got Chicheno.
Is there a Chicheno if you ain't got you?
I'm sure you Chicheno Maso. What's here with nine out of Cochi? What did they look? We also are from one or on the plano. How they bubble chrono. And you only saw that for once you in baby or the best miscellaneous. They have justification. But you not check. About good evening, Boga.
Good evening. Yeah.
We don't catch it.
And I enjoy conversation about professors, next week and in the week at was so more brow right now.
Yeah, next week.
It was very deep. But one thing that more discuss, I think they didn't go very deep into it. Not Prof. Pempe my historic background, but we didn't have time for him to do that. I think if he had said that base now, that conversation would have built up. Maybe the Americans are him for the union free politics in crap. I don't agree one bit. It's not say be a big woman in here. I don't want any iron to be subjected to that. But history have shown us say iron for Ubia just by the right of his birth is giving power over everybody. It's not even the British are trying to get rid of the monarchy, although the monarchy has no political power. But because they can influence, they are trying to get rid of them. Slavery, everything, every blemish on Black history, and all the.
I just see a bond of 1844. One almost signing.
Conversation. I don't even want us to have another kind of House of Commons for them. No, but
that's funny. The history of said your politicians handle your Japa, the gold, diamond, oil near there. And I have only better choice. So at least I want matter. Between two groups, and one and Quebec managing resources.
One of the worst civil wars between Ashantis and the Gokus was because one person found gold in Kumasi. Big enough. That time, unya gold near gold dust and ultimately keep it. If you get gold near nugget, it goes to the palace. And Odigano Cape Coast. It started a war. About 7,000 people were slaughtered for nothing. It me because I know history. I am for them. I think the 1992 one, the only thing they got right on the constitution, I am one of them. And as what kind it was chaired by Ohene. And I'm sure so that Ohene, knowing exactly the influence he could have gathered for him and his people. But during Ghana first, you know what, cut us from this thing. Now, if you say modern Ghana corruption in foreign because you're in mining areas in here, the corruption that is going down. Sika mines let them mine for no. Because
on the side,
count 9. It doesn't trickle down anywhere. It can't feel why. Now, when you have some cry, I will say, you know what, you don't want to take it to court. Out there, quite you know. Yeah, Joe, bribe illegal. The customer when him says, so this is canning, sanding, and punching me, a bribery. But it's legal. Yeah, hear some no, and yet it's not good for modern politics. That aside, NPP for, I think they should be grateful that they even got the last 4 years. It is the same motor to blame anyway. They knew that already. But MPP is more guilty of this than anybody else. They prioritize their party over the nation, period. If it doesn't help MPP, to hell with all of us. And that's the reason why.
They prioritize themselves or their party. Because party for no too small, says can be resources they are we have to kind of put our attention onto how parties are funded. Mm-hmm.
We have to also put our attention on how parties were founded. The NLM was found on chieftaincy. As I'm taking a chairman here in the Kuchen Nine with Subiso at the starting party. It's not a democratic party.
But when they came back to form this MPP in 1991, 1992, when we were in the Patriotic Club, those things were not there.
What is the only difference? Look at the post-child for Kufa. Saw your hand. That is why he dares tell a chief to stand up and shake his hand. Although traditionally, no matter how small a chief is, he sits and you stand and you shake his hands. But he felt. The way I'm going and I put Ghana Guano, so Ghana throne. It's not a throne. So that understand, they have to understand that.
Okay, very well.
So and no, very, very important. It's what my friends here, I think not blessed in your binga.
Yo, welcome me that's baby, me that's bless. Good evening.
Good evening, Sevia. Nyamen kan ho pa no adwuma pa wo ye metua watiefo na Sevia mun se mo de mo wo adwuma we mu ache na enam se mo no kredi a mo ka free titi besi nenti no both parties ni bia no mo mpe mo adwuma pa mo ye no because of say mun ngi adem die bia na mun nye se wo mo a ye koma musika na munim no kre pa na makotwa nchen afa nchen na manka no kre ente be hardly se mo adwuma pa mo ye pa no. So we benya sponsor bi so obeso wasene ana so obehunu odwumadi a wudi pa say obeba be support o pa de oboa eye wa wo mu jana na bebre ni because parties ni mienu nyina no sister Fia o mo nka no kore nkyere yen na de aya ya wo mu sister Fia me no ka say me wa abrochire na de aya na ya ne say me nka say MPP for aye niema bi a fa ne say o mo anye ni yi and NDC for so by be on better kunwa so be almost so anya niema ye but sister Fia yen kan hu say ye kura se be mpreduasa ye education ya ankosoro kese kura ansana ye nya mmoa bi afiri Ghana me ye de ba abruchire no technologies ye adwuma se mechanics Se unim form na adwuma ye wo mu wo send emails ne sa niema won wo phone ye niema wo twa picture won sa ama bibia no technology na ye di ye adwuma ba se di ntia ma ye kromfo no empesa niema pa na epese e continue say ida say ye NPP aban na de beba say ye NDC aban na de beba na yankasa ye nipa na ye timamufo no yempe ade e be de nkoso beba nyina ye say ye be fa kwamboni so kalabule ye be bu ye nua sa niema bone no because aha no bibia ye network so we internet a wo betima tena ha wasendi we email say ye documents a ye no online na ye UK ye mewe ye di visa ne sa niema ba wo fa wa laptop a until you can imagine say won need access to sa niema na untumi nya ne bi so wo firi obi a owo nimde ne chen wo betima be fie ana say obeba be boa enti nka meme hu ni sa technology ya enka NPP aban de ba ye fane se me meka se omo wo mu mistakes bi omo ye na fane se bi ama omo afira ban mu na me bisa me hu se yista fe ye betima atoa sa technology sem no so ewo ye mani mama sa nya
Mahama started digital center that was the beginning of those I think about
eno dia se nke beboa na ase bebre so eka wo mo nkasa mu se bia menim dia na wa correct bebre so kasa eka no wo mo nkasa mu mo hu ni sa se no mfa ne se NDC aban ba enam so munya corrupt institution bi ma bribe sem tuyaba ho ntino mo na ni nje sa technologies na ba no because of say sisi amene o kasa me wo madam fo bi a yetatie na kona ba na awrehosem bi esi enra na mede to dwa bi a minim se bi a be ye omo de se meka sai na akropon brand omo ani afira suku na e wo ho no this afia obetima e follow up ye omo akona ba group no ye se omo agya nan ne omo bathroom ne niam bi a facilities e wo ho ne enye nti ye omo ngigi sika na omo nkoboa ne nyina nkoso ye nyina etuetua bi a de koboa ye di kan koye bath house no boai sese na aka toilet anifrafo no ekọ a omo koya omo ya toto ho niam nyina could you believe say and head mistress no am ya betintam enema no nyina soa a yesan de kwa akra because of say
what
or say nkra ni nya sa new you can say toilet seat na so ope hwitim de na ye kono na in terms of
say ebi here bon verify answer because Ghana they ake any say yeah
oh sister here you will be
obi be ye eya ma wa ma
ye wo videos ni nyina ho a uko
wo video a chese ma me ne ka say yem toilet
chese omo akwose sanne ma no kra me no ka say nura
but it me ban say onim sisa no ho hwe
onim
ya temple there be opening
sister
so don't sit in a broche and make a claim that you don't have evidence of
sister if you me
chese ma me no anka say gina ho say yem toilet
chese wa enti enam sha so nti sister fia omo akwose sanne ma ni nyina afiri
this is not our topic but I want me pese munya abotira broche boy ya to de bia mo ti tempe na maso mu but munya abotre yes nyina na ye de kan asem so I think I court I am fire say no
metwase
no e wo video so I want say na no asem so asem nko fa toilet mpato entabi
metwase
what to say but you want to verify the pato because
yeah
obi anyone more chief was asem pakodo toilet or there may be a story behind it. It's in patrol, they verify as a why.
Mati.
Do they have to see because I'm not near your topic, but I mean,
yeah,
too much about that woman's topic. And yes, because being say, and the I mean, per se, make platform to be being say, where you come in or be the I said, mini hop. Now, I bomb me, yes, as soon as you say, I mean, you are met me, you so and then chat so yeah so on and perceive a benefit good evening
Vim, good evening.
That's what I mean too.
The mechanics, I think say the government will not beat me any headway. And some manage expectations because you know maybe in a cedar. This aura or whatever they call it or more kind. I think say send you be kind of OSP, you know, a Kufado, a Banu and person established one NDC for person be established because somebody persecute and whatever not face or into say or resist among for expectation. You do be not for NPP for no. The boy for saying I didn't want chinipan 2 minutes we sika will be a sika because nobody can kind of say we do that with the check. So say ni panic gumo no easy sir. Then papa to reduce evidence say we do be better no. Until one here be ora sa we be na untimi no be na ma for na start. Okay, so be no more we sika need those things. Until I think there's some manage that well. Definitely somebody might have done something wrong, but to prosecute somebody so that easy. And then also I do say na kwesi part sa ka say one hwe so 4 years now what we invest in me tata we when better no not 2 years heading.
Is that now so?
Well, and if we are watching political scene so many years into me sure pass okay in 2000 they gave me Sakai. Say by the time they finish dealing with the NDC for part in the bed, okay, and then NDC were in Guye. And I make say 2016. Mekai is just about kind of very vividly, just like one day or 1 hour ago. Emra NDC Lucian. A month for cancer, President Mahama Triso born, you know, say, or check my way, no way, almost born, Triso Manasa. You make a panamiti, Sempa. The ladies are up on Frey, to 2 big women, and sky, do we medica, and away, say, almost President Mahama. People thought NDC will never come back. And then look at the humiliation of them and before. So in the political scene, nothing is permanent. A ham you wait. Yet to aba. Conservative for Elusu portal. In politics, I would say they were politically decapitated. Just like time. Vim. And then you can say something about. May assure sign conservative were home beside winning. Many months that I labor for buy. You see, I'm a famous pharmacy demonstration. I'm on the tractors. People could see Central London Parliament House because of policies in Yemen. Meanwhile, no, now if it's conservative for me, I want some phobia, almost kuni pomo should party. Labor for can't say more buy, and there's not to a band. I will not be surprised if they will lose. They need 1 year. In the policies, 1 day prior to Mrs. Sunny may be brave. And before almost a minimum was whatever base NDC and managerial expectations and one sembesa kwabe bache because people are expecting so much. International example for also one person all envy the reaction back on President Mahama.
Yeah, because again easy.
Easy. It was can say Nana Gina friend saying James and Bubabano. We say almost split screen on President Mahama and Bush 40 seat. And Jima, we see a bob and President Mahama. If you can a money board, why ding.
He no only my attention, only.
Into a Jumano S. It is what managing expectations because so many people think say, oh, and a way be easy, but and easy, sir. The ditch now, man, woman, it will take some, coherent policies and if I bring up to the bad Ghana for city anymore, opening up to and I make a say, hey, yet to a banoma, whenever the full Lusu, labor for we need city beer. Now, city by about 40-50 years ago, we need that. They want all the seats. I think you know about the British politics. But 6 months, they are so unpopular. I'm from Pomodiati.
And now Regina cannot see it's true. I voted for Labour, but you see, I regret it now.
You see? Because you're immigrants, right now. A bit boy can tell you Labour first. But buy, near marriage, you know, be a subsidy for life. Be a few, politics.
If you mind is a Ghana here for a yenistica. If you look at the expectation, yes, you have a free first year education, but I'm not a fiscal way.
And you know, say, I'm a year and I say, my managerial expectations now. Ghana folk will start here, and especially in the start corruption, the normal office or China could be Kotumono. Corruption case, it may run here by 8 years old. And the number of the Scottish and Passy, a cocoa G, a coin is saying a winner, or saying, manage expectation, country say to canon, a veggie bat, and yes, so easy, sir, because now if you listen to the convo now, I want to say, or China, or this can in Abba. It is simple, sir. Yeah, Metizana, my education say, or say, or this kind of 120 days in between the 120 days, it is going to be very, very difficult. And you know, come on, and tab, and it's in your pie, and I do bit me, you know. On ye, semi crowd, you say, on one point is, you know, so I'm corrupt, no me, a humble, is in your camp, and an NPP for arrogant, arrogant. So, call to this year. A month for cancer, and no man my arrogant, then if you go arrogant. And you know, politicians, I say cycle, but let's manage our expectations. Support the government, pray for them, no matter CD.
The same things I can't do the thing. We're repeating the same things today. Nana Mpacho, good evening. But Nana, where do my mic on? I'm saying,
my dear, okay. I'm saying, man, ya come in the moon, our mamma in the moon, I come in. Kakra, me de back come home, they say, Savia, me walk, I dear be wo me mua, I then NDC for almost pesa DNSA. On the ye can't say, sa vigilante group ni yenguno. What shall start dear we were no cremu pa NPP for dear. But by when no so NPP for dear no.
Vigilante act no. You can see groups in Ayabo with the NDC NPP for I can pull the act for you, Bamba boys. The boys, NPP for
maybe say yet Basintele groups are almost called bull.
Basintele group will be any if you look at the Basintele gets an anno be ya. Boy, wait 2 days, ya know that.
And now, more a Yikra friend, our voter region, Oti, or say almost ye from Basintele group. Now, almost catch MPP for no more Otini say almost cock of ecoto, fertilize the biso almost they make for. Na sadia no MPP for nye ready say omunye oma desi omu kowia because omu groups are oma atete baby uye wadwe say ukowia dia nye say e bia omu wono ha adwene but ya
if you want to play illegal so and that's omu illegal because they know
sister via wo kumase wo bantima oma say Oma kogu neoprine or no more say omo bo oban so ye will be what asqua our woman to say omo bo ban so as there yes NDC for ne say ye de amamu na nyamamo said ye na bra yi kan dear ye say musemo de bebre ye no me te hanom to one mempe NDC asem me pe MPP asem but say oba na say ya meyi noma me di me noma be kofie na meyi ni free ene dollars ni start say eba from no boa me what you say cause enoma bi me ya no wo Ghana no senia na dollars ni si kosoro no sefia na ye nyina na ayam hihie by na ye nimu say ye ewiase no ena konesa patriotic the metro no if we are see aye dene but ya papa say obetumi aye amana yeye enti yes boys enu mom na me ejama yam hihie say sankrofo wo mo no saba be ye groups to be to say na ye wa invisible forces na ye wa azoka groups na ye wa sankrofo ni saba be guma na ede ayam hihie mayem na sisefia ade ba ko America ho asem ni say NDC for mo nye wo ma dwene say free education no o mo betwam
no obani we get something that's Mahama has already said it
say yeah can ye dia wo ma ye kwan because ye no ya
it's when you can't be na correct I mean ma kind when I know it is not correct
o mo si wo mo betwam o me say o mo hwe na
that's it's already answered because I know Mahama video interview with Deutsche Welle or no Akase. It has come to stay. So your question is answered.
And this is the Fiat Omutama Yabaswa, we are then. Say, Bibi, but
President-elect Robert Nakonya, so I don't.
Na sister woman so na me pacho nya woman na woman ba say ya say enka omu benya et said the former finance minister ebe kan say the enka be bua pa ne say enka senior bruchire ye no no eno so e no correct say day school for na call a school for free. Day school for Kroma.
It's not just explanation. Mahama Diama no ufa take the no more than Mahama Diama. I don't know what you want to say.
Me pay, but me who say as omo be testing waters. Omo be testing here. I say
I need Mahama so any into omo be testing omo and testing unya botema.
And we dey for omo education need there ya adwetwe ya koma. We dey omo to aso ye mayen. Na fe so ye pa omo chew say oman no emu aye hyehyehye dodo oma wene ma wene ye bo say no ma si abo NPP no me ya no mba be ka say na enkrofo anto aba ba kokra na ekoto ye kra Ghana fo na ato aba no ye lose poto ya reporto
Mama na but me person me read a part of the bill nature in fact bill na call parliament some of the groups that were mentioned in the second schedule the Hawks, Invisible Forces, Delta Forces, Azoka Boys, Bamba Boys, Mukta Bamba, former national organizer of NPP, the Kandahar Boys, Boga Boys. There's a whole list. Yeah, man. Mama, Yama say money. I'm showing you what the law says. Party for you know, and NDC will be. The law is disbanding all those groups. And we have time time so that we can work within the confines of the law. Next week and you're a Wednesday, why? You're being temna in said about be a benyan in Casano with me. I can also ask them. This has been just live on OK 101.7 FM High Life Radio name. Your partner radio stations are down Mama boy me discussion in Ebrem. So now next week they joining them so that everybody can get the opportunity to be to actually not joining them no so and then the above account. Yeah, next week, good night.